Right, this is a sound test if anyone turns up. My yeah, appear to be working. Oh God. Oh, maid, can hear you. What's the sound like? I'm playing about with this mic at the minute, and thanks for popping by. Richard McCartney. Is that McCartney? Loud and clear here in Lowestoft. Hear you fine, clear and loud. Oh, cheers, guys. I'm just getting myself ready, really, for when I start live streaming properly. Now, be brutally honest here. I know you can hear me, but does it sound crap or good or sort of mediocre? Is it sort of acceptable? 5 and 9, yeah, Alex. Welcome everybody. Of course, I was just hoping for 1 or 2, but the more people that turn up, the better, no doubt. Sound like a DJ. Yeah, okay. 5 by 5, yeah, I like that. Yeah, 5 by 5's good enough for me. And I'm using a webcam tonight, guys. Last time the first time I live streamed, I was using my phone. I personally like close miking, but depends on what you're intending to do. Well, I've been playing about. I've got a set of earphones, and if I speak closer to the mic, it sounds better. But I wanted to get the mic gain set right. So if I sort of moved away or went to get something that people can still hear me. Well, I'll just bore you with a little setup. Anyone who's interested, the webcam is a Logitech 920. The mic is an Ultravoice dynamic, and I've had all sorts of problems getting it going. Hi, welcome, Brazil. Yeah, it's great. I can't believe that so many people's turned up. Yeah, so the mic, it's an Ultravoice. It's only like about 30 quid mic. I'm running it into the Tascam, which I'm then having to run into a Zoom H1. So I ain't used to all this malarkey. Very little noticeable changes to level as you move around. Yeah, I appreciate that. When I was monitoring with my headphones, it just seemed like there was a lot of hiss, and I've managed to eliminate most of that. Hi, Tristan. You're working good. Well, while we're here, if you guys have got a minute, let's have a bit of a chat. If presuming that you might be a subscriber and you're on CB, what are you all using? Doesn't matter what the cost, so long as it sounds natural and clear. Yes, exactly. I've not got a big selection of microphones, to be fair. Oh, cheers, Bob. That's great. I mean, the mic was 30 quid, but unfortunately the kit, I've had to rig it up to the computer because CRT Nick, sorry, I've got quite a few people on here called Nick. Is that Nick from Cornwall? From the 80s, okay. Yeah, Fred is a good lad. Yeah, Nick. Yeah, sorry, I've just got to make sure I've got the right person. How you doing, mate? Cheap rig in your truck. To be honest, as long as you're on rig, and as long as you're managing to make a few contacts and having a laugh on it or putting it to good use, it don't matter what you use. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, hi Ray, you live in Devon. Have a CB handheld in the car. There's nothing going. It's pretty sad. I was busy a few decades back. Yes. Well, all I can suggest, and you probably know this, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but if you're struggling to hear anyone, if you've got a big hill, which I think there's quite a few in Devon, get yourself up on a big hill, just listen to the calling channel, back your squelch down, you know, see how you're going from there. I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. Mayred, is it? I hope I've said that right. Have a Jumbo Mark 1. Nice. Midland home base. Nice again. I've never had a Midland home base, to be fair. Team Euro 8000 home base. Uniden 300. Conservatory, I use an Albrecht home base. Upstairs CRT. Saturn home base in car. And a 706 Mark II. Yeah, fair play to you, mate. Why not? I always fancied a 706. My mate had one, and I thought, this is going back a few years, I might better squeeze it off him, but he traded it in and got the Mark II-G. Oh, that is a Mark II-G you've got. Cobra 148. Having trouble while on mobile using a Sirio 5000. Okay, let's see if he can't sort Richard. Richard, what's the problem when you're mobile? What's occurring? May Ed. Is that May and Ed? Sorry, I'm not taking a mic, or May Ed. Does the job, 25 watt burner, good from the top of the South Downs, good. Gizmo, it's got a 900 XLT. I'm not familiar with that one. G4 or GM4. Yeah, brilliant in the 80s. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I was absolutely crazy on it back in the 80s. 101 ZD. A friend of mine had one. They're old now. I'm sure they're more than collectible. Things have stopped moving. I don't know if things are frozen here. You can still see me. I'm only running through a Wi-Fi connection, and the main router's downstairs, so I'm surprised that it's worked as well as it has. If you guys can hear me, just type something and bang it in. Probably the whole lot will come up all at once. Here we go. Anyone used cell call systems at all? I never have. I think one or two of my rigs had a cell call thing on it. I never could suss out exactly what it was. I think it might have been the iGame 5 I had or something like that. But I've used a thing called cell call on PMR. It's a business thing. Got myself into all sorts of trouble with that with my old boss. Loud and clear. Thanks, Ray. Very few on up there. I have several sets. Most needing attention these days. Have a Cobra with a problem and a Stalker 9 FDX. the Stalkers. I blew one of them up one day. I think I couldn't swear to it, but I think are they a multi-pin mic socket? Anyway, I was trying to wire up the mic to it and blew the rig up. This was, I don't know, 30 plus years ago. And he gets started, enjoyed playing CB. Tristan, just remind us where you are. Let everyone know where you are, and if there's anyone near, maybe they can help you get you. Yeah, I did the ham thing. Had a lot of fun on ham. All seems to work, but can't get a receive. Going to send it off to get it checked. Yeah, that's the best bet. I've Ray Jones. I've seen the Ringway Manchester PMR guy. Yeah, certainly knows his stuff, doesn't he? 934 sets. Never had one. Tristan, Newcastle, something or other, West Wales. There was quite a few of them. Yeah, a couple of the local lads had them, but I was pretty poor back then. It nearly killed me to buy me 148 brand new. I can tell you that. Do I still use ham? No, I don't. My license, I was supposed to have updated it a couple of years ago, and I never did. I struggled to sort of do both things, if you know what I mean. And I went through quite a bumpy life ride for a little while, and my head just sort of went, and no. So I'm not on ham at the minute. I'm toying with the idea of coming back. Tristan, maybe we can set up a CB WhatsApp group. Yeah, I can't see why not. I find it very difficult. I've been on Facebook, and there's 2 new breakers on. One of them is on Facebook. No, actually, yes, one of them's on Facebook. I chat to him regularly. If he wants a rig check, he'll send me a message on Messenger. I'll go out to the car because I'm not home base anymore. Unfortunately, you know, we're in one of them areas where, you know, I don't know, people with grass shoppers look at you, aren't they? Good distances on them. I ended up buying a Cobra 148 from the States. Well, my 148, I can't remember exactly what year. This is to Mr. GM4. I went through a multitude of rigs, but I had a TriStar 747, and the outgoing audio on it was absolute garbage. Someone recorded me one day as a favour and played it back, unintelligible. So that went, but I had been listening to the audio from the Cobra 148s that some of the local guys had, and I thought I've just got to get one of them. I just walked into a shop, 185 quid, Bosch, there you go, brand new, boxed. They tried to talk me into buying an upgraded one, and basically what they'd done, they'd added high, low, low and all that on it, and the alpha channel switchable bleep, but I couldn't afford it. Tristan, sorry, I'm just trying to follow this. I think the idea was about the WhatsApp group. So yeah, CB is on the up round here, slowly but surely. But as a lot of you will probably know, we've got sideband to use. Before it was the 1.9. If you wanted to make contact with someone, you went to the 1.9. More often than not, there's someone on there chatting or playing music or hurling abuse. Now we've got the sideband calling channel, down on the mids. Also, so that, hang on, let's go through the calling channels we've got, and you guys let me know any others that you can think of. You got the 19. Okay, I lost sound. Sorry, guys. Thanks for pointing that out. That is a known little fault of. Hopefully, you should be all be hearing me now. Okay, one of my gizmos has gone off, so thank God for that. I'm waffling away like a lunatic. I'm currently on this, which is the Zoom H1. So let me maybe just turn it up a little bit. So yeah, what does this mic sound like compared with the other one? I mean, the other one died of death because the battery went in the... Yeah, give me a like. Give me a like. At least I'm trying here. I know it don't always go to plan. Not as good. Sounds much the same. It's funny because some of you might be watching on a phone. Some might be on a PC. Some might be on a laptop. It's good. Okay. It's fine. Just quieter. This, well, I've got a lavalier mic somewhere that I could plug in that may well improve that. But I think this mic, as long as I can... Can't spell though. Don't worry about it. My spelling ain't so good. But it's literally just really an audio test. Let's see if I can up the audio. Well, as you're all aware, I've had sound issues tonight, and I'm doing tests. So I've turned the mic gain up a little bit, so that might be a little bit better. Most of you probably all know this, but unfortunately, I'm not a home base anymore now. To be fair, I wish I was. There's so much noise lately. A friend of mine he's got like pylons with the wires that go across, and he's always had a slightly higher noise level than everyone else. But now, as soon as he turns his rig on, it's just wall to wall. Oh, the audio's good. Okay, that's great. Cheers, Christian. Sorry, I'm just going to have to... Okay, Richard, you obviously didn't hear what I said before. Richard McCartney, are you the guy that uploaded the video about the old AM set? And I'll look up your answer. Good job I had a backup, isn't it? God, I've got right full chatting away here for 10 minutes. Oh, no, it's not you. Okay. There is another Richard. And if any of you are on CB Radio Europe, I did put a link to one of his videos. It looks like he's got a lot of old kit. I mean, the rig that I watched him on his video, never even seen one before. And I've been on since virtually get-go, and I thought it was great. So I got new headphones, and your audio is good, mate. Cheers, Gizmo. Nice one. It's the Zoom H1, tiny little voice recorder, but I can only really plug a 3.5-inch jack for other mics, like the Pel mics. I mean, even this mic, but this recorder's not got enough gain to drive this, so I'm having to use another preamp to amplify the sound for this. It's just I don't want to bore you too much with it. Okay, I think I might have mentioned this before, either in a video or maybe even on my last live stream. A lot of people ask if I'm home based now, and I'm not. I've not been home based for probably about 7 years. When I first started, I had a mobile aerial. Let's say I'll try and skip through this. This is going back in the 81. My first proper home base aerial was an Alcom, horrible bloody thing. It was a like half wave, and it had like 3 rings at the bottom that you could stretch up and down and adjust the S-start. I didn't go on with it, got rid of it. Then I got a silver rod, had that for a while, got rid of that. I ended up with a CLR2, which I really liked, got on really well with that. I had a Vector 4000. In actual fact, the Vector 4000 got to go QRT now. Catch you later, Ben. Cheers for turning up anyway, mate. It's just really an audio test. But I will tell you this, right? When I first started out, I went through a few aerials, saved up my money, and I went into a local CB shop called Breaker's Paradise and had £100 on me. I said to the girl behind the counter, I want the best home base aerial that you've got. I've got 100 quid to spend. What have you got? So she got all of the home base aerials are all sort of in boxes, and there was stuff everywhere, She goes, oh, you want one of these? And it was a Vector 4000. I'd never heard of them, didn't know what it was. I said, well, I'm just relying on your advice. She goes, no, you won't go wrong with that. So I bought it. I can't remember how much it cost. Me and my mate got it home, started putting it together, and this thing just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It was an absolute monster, but it was a brilliant aerial, absolutely fantastic. Had loads of skip torque on that. I also had an Antron 99. Obviously had a few GPAs which were a bit mediocre. I also had an Antron 99 and a Sirio 2012, which is pretty similar to all of these modern Sirios. I used to run an amplifier and all the rest of it. I used to work in a recording studio, so I know my audio setup. So great. You might be just the person to talk to. Oh, and yeah, okay, Gizmo. Yeah, appreciate it. As long as I sound all right, don't really matter. To use this little Zoom H1 on its own, if that's good enough, that's fine, because this is wired into the 60D Mark II, which is then transferring the audio to the Zoom H1, and it's like a plumber's nightmare. It really is. But if I can get away with just using the Zoom, I may well just do that. Starduster, I never had one. Never had a Starduster, but they were popular back in the day, as were other things like the The Astroplane, you never hear them mentioned anymore. The blue rod, anyone had a blue rod. It was a GP sprayed in anodized blue paint, but you know, people used to like them. Okay, yeah, cheers, Gizmo. Appreciate that. Okay, well, I won't sort of bore you with any more of my exploits over the years, but I've had a lot of fun on the rig, and I'm hoping to do my next live stream on Sunday. There's a few people that said that they're going to turn up, and I'm just really looking for ideas. You know, it's all right going live, but I can sit here and just sort of, you know, waffle away, say hello to people. I think it's a good way of connecting, really. It's a shame I can't see you all and hear what, you know, hear you as well. I personally like close miking, but depends what you're intending to do. Sounds great, thank you. Hi, the guy from Brazil. I'm trying to sort of keep it. Oh my God, there's so many messages here. I've sort of lost track on the latest one. This is GM4Z. DV27 on a biscuit tin in the loft. My mate worked the world on that in the 80s. Anyone had a biscuit tin on a DV27, they were the days. That was when CB was proper. This is Gizmo. Sigma Excalibur compact home base CB and I don't know that one, to be fair. Never heard of them. I presume it's quite a good bit of kit. I'll just quickly touch. I'm going to have to go in a minute, guys. But you know, I really appreciate you all turning up. It's brilliant. Sorry about the audio issue earlier, but it is an audio test. Hiding from the yellow vans, yeah, the old Busbys and all of that. Oh God, what? There was something I was going to. Oh yes, one of the best contacts that I ever had. Right now, one the furthest contact, but it was memorable for me. And I've mentioned this in a video, so for those of you who've seen the video, you know, whatever. At one point, I had a 3-element beam with a rotator on it. I was on sideband, pointing at the States, and I'm calling CQ, you know. Nothing. So I went down onto the mid block, and I'm tuning round, and there was a few people coming through on AM. So I started calling out on AM. And one of the benefits of a beam for anyone who's not used one, back in the day, the Italian stations were very strong. It won't be unusual for them to be running a kilowatt or more. And if you were trying to get the States or Australia or whatever, quite often there would be co-channeling. Now, the advantage with a beam on this particular day I'm talking about on AM was pointing at the States. Italy was on the back of the beam. So it made it a lot easier, you know. So anyway, after a couple of calls, I'm sitting there and I could hear this CQ, very, very quiet, you know, right on the, not on the noise level. It was coming up and down, but it's a very weak signal. So I thought, oh, I'll give them a shout. And they was in Italy, but very, very weak. So I turned me rotator, got the beam pointing back round. Anyway, I went back and it was a young lad, okay, on an old AM set. I think it was one of the 23 channel ones. They're supposed to do 4 watts, but you probably, you know, let's call it 4 watts then. And he was totally made up. It was his first ever across the water contact. And he was telling me it was an old TB, and he was bigging me up, complimenting, blowing me, you know, blowing smoke my way, if you like, complimenting my setup. I can't even remember what rig I had. And when he told me what his aerial was, he spelled it out in phonetics, and he goes, my antenna is a Delta Victor 27. And it didn't twig at first, but this young lad had a DV27 on his shed roof, and I was the first person that he'd ever spoken to. But we didn't do the QSL card thing, but I was so made up for him. He was so excited, this young lad. Half breed on a mirror mount works fine. God, that's a name people, a lot of people never heard of a half breed, have they? When the half breeds were about, the other one was a dialer match, wasn't it? It was like a tiny Antron affair, if I remember, with the little rings on it. Good sunspots, yeah, it was incredible. Many times I would key up on the braking channel, say, can anyone hear me out there? And it would be, for example, one day I did it on the 1.9 and I was a little bit over the 4 watts. And a guy came back from New York and his handle was Red Rooster. I'll never forget it. We went up a couple, and within seconds, the locals on him like a pack of fleas. But we managed a little chat. Yeah, band was open 24/7. I remember even on my first rig, it was a little AM Bristol. Of an evening, I was tuning around, I could hear Australians, and that was just on the fire stick, and that was in the spare room on a DV27 ground plane. That's one country I've never got. It's always eluded me. Never spoke to anyone in Australia. I've tried a couple of times. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna sort of go, and I don't know if any of you got a topic that might be good for Sunday, or you know, I'm new to all this. The Sharp. I remember the Sharp rig. Oh my God, what did people used to have? Was it a Mustang? I think it was about. Bristols were quite popular. The General Electrics were the fairy lights. Tiger 40As. Someone liked to have shared this video on Facebook. Okay, yeah, that's nothing to do with this group, I don't think, anyway. What else was kicking about? Anyone ever had the Chaser 5000 or the President JFK, when he used to click, the speaker used to give it, you know, quite a thud. They were quite a rig. Chat about anything. Yeah, I think that's it. I found it the first live stream I've done. It was a bit of a head rush because I might be talking about something, then I'll see one of you guys, you know. So it's great. I'm really enjoying it, and I really appreciate you fellas turning up as well. Midlands, yeah. I remember the first time I saw a Midland with a green display, and my rig happened to have red display, and yeah, I wanted one. I mean, God, there was I had the 150M, I think it was, the 2001, 3001, 4001, and God knows how many others, including the newer ones with the bar graph. I can't even remember what they were called now. I had probably half a dozen of them. Had a Harrier, yeah, I had the Harrier, well, probably multiple amounts because he used to buy and sell. The CBX as well. And as we sort of came along onto FM, we had the Rotels, the Yorks, Binatone 5-stars, the Uni Aces or audio lines, the same rig as far as I'm concerned. The Grandstand home base as well. I remember a bloke had one of them. That was a nice looking rig. Beta 1000, yeah, the Cybernets. Not forgetting the old faithful Fidelity 1000. I hated them, absolutely hated them. Whereas the 2000 and the 2001, they were all right. They were a different animal altogether. Hi, Dean. Sharp Straight 40, Amstrad 901. I've got one in my drawer, and I won't even tell you what happened to it, but let's just say it's not working at the minute. Cross connection job. So I'll have to see if I can get away with changing the diode in it. Yeah, can any of you guys remember walking into a room where the CB was and that smell? I still love that. You don't tend to get it with these modern rigs. I think it's something to do with the boards and what they used to put on them. Yeah, there's no more messages now. I think I might be talking to myself. Thanks for turning up, everyone. My next live stream hopefully should be back on this mic. Oh yeah, it's still got a communicator. I can't remember what they look like, but I know I've had them. Yeah, like an ozone these. Yeah. There's a rig and I'm trying. Was it the Serpent 4000? Anyone ever had one of them? Or the DNT Super Tuned? Yeah, catch you later, Mr. GM4Z. Appreciate you turning up, mate. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have loads more to talk about, but I'll be on next time on Sunday. Hopefully, I'll have had my life sorted out, and I'll keep a check on this other gizmo. Make sure that it's not gone off. Love your vids. Thanks, Gizmo. There's no one more shocked than me that people actually like watching my videos. And I'll just give you a little bit of a backstory. I used to have a website. Okay, I made it myself. I spent months on it. But let's just say I lost it. I don't really want to talk about why I lost it. It was one of them bad times in my life. And I was trying to earn a few quid from it. So I thought, well, now what am I going to do? It was all down to finances, okay? I completely lost all the work I did, and I contacted the people that I was paying for the hosting and all that, and they were like, no, sorry, it's gone. Chucked it in the bin. You forget about that. So I looked at blogging. Okay, I've done a little bit of blogging, earned a little bit of money by that, and then I wanted to earn money online. Ain't gonna lie, that was my thing, and I'm never gonna be a millionaire. Trust me, guys. Not doing this, at least, anyway. Excuse me. So eventually, I was looking for all these things, ebooks that you can do, and all these courses that claim that you'll be a millionaire within the end of the week. You can earn $1,000 a day and all that. Cut a long story short, I thought I'll have a crack at YouTube, and I thought, what can I do? And I thought, well, I don't really know much about a lot. I could do these. It weren't called vlogging then, walking around with a camera. Hi, I'm in Sainsbury's, look at the price of the beans, and having a bit of a crack. Some people like that. I mean, there's some people out there with some belting videos ain't getting the views. And there's other people with really crap videos. They've got millions of views, literally millions. So I thought I'll have a go at YouTube. When I first started out, I think I'd done my first couple of videos on a webcam that was built in to my laptop. It's pretty rubbish, I look back. I've not deleted them. You can always go back and have a look, And I thought, I don't know, I didn't really know nothing about YouTube. And then I noticed I've got a couple of views here and there, and some comments. And then I got a little one of these compact cameras. It's about as big as this. I can't even remember what it's called. It's a little thing. I started doing a few videos on there. I remember at one point thinking, do you know what? I'm approaching 100 subscribers. And I never thought for 1 minute. But it sort of took off from there. I know I'm not the biggest CB channel on YouTube. There's people out there, you know, with professional kit, and you know, I ain't one of them. I ain't got the professional kit. Well, I've got some kit. Maybe I just don't use what I've got to better use. But it's been quite humbling, actually, that people enjoy, even if it was only 2 people that enjoyed watching my videos. And the people I've got to know through YouTube. I mean, I speak to people in random countries. Like when I go on holiday, I went to Norfolk, and this has happened a couple of times, or near enough every time I've been to Norfolk. I'll be chatting on the CB, and someone will go, "Is that Steve?" And that's weird. That is weird. So if ever I'm near where you are and you hear my voice, just give me a shout. But it's strange from my point of view, because I don't see you guys like you see me. But it's been a very good experience. I'm so glad that I started on YouTube, and through YouTube I've been able to help some people. Some people have helped me as well. So yeah, it's great. I really enjoy it. Got a TTI 550 now. Get 10 mile on a good day at 25 watts. That's to Jay. Yeah, well done, mate. Doing a great job from Dean. Yeah, thank you. I'm not sure if that's a repeat message. Oh, I can't even say your username. What's that? Albast. I'll be up a hill hopefully on Sunday on the radio. Whereabouts are you, mate? Give me an idea. I'm not sure what I'm doing Sunday. I'm hoping to do this again, to be fair. Hi, Wayne. Listening in from Nottingham. Yeah, thanks for joining. Coventry. Blimey, I should hear you from there. If I'm up on a hill again, this is coming down to. Good to see you back from RF Shortwaves. We've all missed you. Come on, mate. I'm welling up here. I ain't got a tissue. Yeah, it's good to have you. And it's good to be doing it. This is a bit of fun. I'm enjoying it. Did you have a handle in the good old days? Well, you obviously ain't watched some of my early videos. Yes, I did. I had my main handle and a wind-up handle. And my handle was Fat Man. I can't think for 1 minute why. And the wind-up handle was Iron Fist. And oh God, don't even go down the wind-up roads, because I'll just be sitting here boring you all night. Oh, you go to a place called Burton Dassett. I spoke to people up there. And I spoke to someone up in Burton Dassett while I was on Hunstanton Seafront. I can't remember who it was. I've got it on video somewhere. WhatsApp is good. Just put your email in so people can send you their phone number. Yeah, wind-ups. Yeah, they were. I'm wondering if I can actually tell you this. I must go in a minute, but yeah, I'm going to share this with you. The wind-up thing, now not all of you might get this, but if you were back on in the day, everyone was on a wind-up. Well, they were at least around here. One day, me and my mate are chatting, and someone went on the side, and it was this girl. She was in Milton Keynes. I'd heard her before, but me and her had never spoke before. And she said, crank your handles. And I said, yeah, you got Iron Fist this end, and I can't even remember who the other person was. So my mate buggered off. I ended up talking to this girl, and she's going, "Oh, I like the sound of your voice, and all this." Oh, yeah, whatever. So she started asking what hobbies I was into, and I'm like, "Yeah, I do boxing, squash, karate, and all this," and she's lapping it up. Well, to cut a very long story short, every time I turned the rig on, she was calling me. And I said to her, we're going to have to go, I'll take you out. We go to the pictures or something. Now, I was single back then, so, But then it got to the stage where this girl seemed very keen, let's say, very keen. And she sounded like an all right person, And I thought, I'm going to have to tell her, because I told her I was about 6'2", long hair, chiseled. I mean, I'm just a little fat pudding, So I said to her this particular day, I said, what's your opinion on fat people then? She goes, can't stand fat people. She said, I can't see how they let themselves get like that. I thought, oh God, I'm going to have to tell her. So I told her who I was. And if I said she weren't happy, that would be an understatement. She told all her friends and her mum and dad all about me and all. Never spoke to her again. And I did feel guilty for that. So my handle was dipstick and wind-up handle, double trouble. Yeah, I like that. Good handles. Usual wind-up was someone selling a hand jumbo for 50 quid. Yeah, I had some of them. Not the jumbo. It was a major 588. This guy was selling it for 20 quid. I went all the way up his house and he said, there you go, turned it on. When he opened it up, there was a big hole in the middle of the circuit board. Okay. That's RJ. Been on back on the CB for 2 years and love being back on there. Cheers for the videos. It was the fact I looked on YouTube to see what was going on with CB. It's the reason I came back. It's brought a lot of people back. A lot. I think it's played a massive part. And I ain't saying it's all down to me. I mean, I've been uploading CB videos for, well, me and the other half been together 6 years. So about 7 years. Along the way, Fred in the shed was watching me videos. And he bought a grant too after watching my videos. Long story short, it worked out that on the way home, me and Fred could talk. So I'd be videoing my end. I didn't know he was a YouTuber, but obviously he is. And now that's all he does, CB videos. So the more CB videos go out, the more it helps people, like the how-to videos or, like power testing amps like I've done. Yeah. We all need a bit of help here and there. RF shortwave, the York 861. Belonged to the Bugs Bunny Club and my handle was Porcupine. It's 12 years old, the good old days. Now, someone's just given me the thumb up I can't, and said hello. I'm not, that's not really a username, is it? What is it? ZJZOZN. So that's to you. Hi, thanks for turning up. Oh dear, saying you was 12 years old. I mean, that's amazing. I mean, when I first started on CB, oh God, I'm trying to think how old I would have been. Less than 20, so probably 18, 19. And I'm 59 in January. I've been on the rig longer than what I've not been on there. Just unfortunate I'm not home base at the minute. I'm not working either, so I'm not up and down the road joining in with Fred in the shed and Pucker Dave and all the rest on the 305 net. I do miss going on there chatting to them lads. Well, it looks like everything sort of slowed up here a little bit. Well, I'm going to go now, fellas. Thanks so much for turning up. It's made all of this headache that I've had trying to sort my audio out worth it. So I say 73s, everyone. If I've not got to mention your name, I'm getting the goodbyes now. Yeah, thanks for everyone basically for turning up. If I've not seen any of your messages, it's not intentional. It's just, you know, keep it up, AJ. Don't worry, I will, mate. I'm 50. Watch Convoy at the youth club. Yeah, got it. 73's Bill. Take care of yourself. Off to Bedland, Johnny Mac. See you later. And before I go, I've got to say, be careful out there, everyone. Because of this virus thing, it's on its way back, as we all know. And I made a point of not mentioning it up until this point. But yeah, be safe, everyone. My next live stream should be on Sunday. So until that time, you'll take care. Good DX. And even if you're not a CBer, just thanks for turning up and making it a bit of fun for me and everyone else. 318 is clearing the frequency. See you later, fellas.